My name is Ronald Mark Booker Jr. or Marky or Booker, but not Ronald because I'm a junior. I'm from Venice Beach, California. I'm like the Lone Ranger bodyboarder, you know, there was like a few more of us and shit, but they left me the torch. So that's why I get out there and drag it when I can.
I was growing up here. How was your childhood?
My childhood, you know, was slightly better than awesome. Yeah, it was phenomenal. Like, it was enough, it was good enough to last me and give me enough memories to still be here and remember them as I walk around.
Who was around you back then? Like, who was your friends back then?
Bagel, of course, and Ricky Massey and all that they were in my Tuma, were in my cadre, so we had like levels, but we all kind of hung out. You know, Greg Harness, you know, Jerry Lewis, all those guys. I mean, the list goes on and on. Yeah, Jesse Martinez, Tonan. I mean, you know, it's one of those things where you can't really, like, naming names is kind of corny, so to speak. They were my culture. They were people, when they were around, they knew me. You know, Alan Sarlo, you know, Solo, Barry Roach, you know, those are the, Jackie Ross, like a huge, like an influential individual. To date, that guy is everything that I wish to be. You know, he's like a reflection of me. We still got the same type of dogs that we had when we were kids. He's still raising his kids, you know, raising men, you know, showing up every day. Like that fool we build together keeps me on the right track, concerned about me. And just like everybody else I mentioned, the ones that are here, of course, definitely the ones that are, and then there's some that are gone, you know? So, but yeah, that was the cadre. We had a solid culture here with a lot of people. So before my era, they had like the POP pier, the POP. And so this place has always kind of been, you know, a surf culture. And then of course the skate culture, you know, kicked off here. You're aware of that, but yeah, it's always been a spot. And, you know, we grew up body surfing, you know, right here at the breakwater.
Can you talk about Froggy?
Froggy?
Froggy, how he helped
Yeah,
you?
so yeah, Froggy and Greg used to hang out quite a bit, you know, like I met him, we would all surf right here. Like, we're always out here and we always kicked it. Like, you know, it was beach day. Kind of like we see each other every day on the beach. It's the same thing from when I was a kid. But he was one of those influential individuals, because you got people that you kick it with, they'll accelerate you one way or another. They'll accelerate you. If they're doing certain shit and you're receptive to that and you're easily influenced by that, then you can do the wrong shit. I was kind of both, because I had both people in my life. You know, some of the wrong shit I feel like I had to do to get me where I'm at right now. But then there were other people like, hey, nah, man, let's go surfing. Let's go surfing. Like, let's go out. You don't need a wetsuit and a dope sack at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Just go with the wetsuit and get in the ocean. So, you know, that's Froggy and Jay and Steve Shelp and his brother and all the old Jackie. Those are all the guys that are like, nah, come here, man, come here. Let's do this. Let's do this. And they were good at that shit. Those are definitely some of the cats that help forge me into the individual I am today. Yeah.
Guys like Jay Adams, you told your story with Jay Adams.
Yeah.
Do you have any story with Jay Adams there with him? Like,
yeah, man, I mean, I know there's a lot of them out there and shit like that, but, you know, I just remember he was always pretty stern-faced, and when he laughed, you noticed and shit. You know what I mean? But, you just never really knew what he was like, what he was thinking and shit. Like he wasn't, I don't want to say he was like a dude who wore his emotion on his sleeve, but I do remember, now that you mention it, so Cuz had like a tattoo of a zipper on his head and shit. And I remember when he first got it, and I was younger and shit. And I'm like, damn, Cuz is crazy as fuck. Like, why would you get a tattoo of a zipper on your head? And that fool told me because he wanted to open his mind. That's crazy. That shit sticks with me. That's about, you know, it's, you know, you gotta talk to remember shit, but we were at we used to surf the jetty. The jetty was like where it was at. And like it would get thick over there. I would go out there and surf with him. Jay Adams, man, he always told me to stay out of trouble, but we were both in a lot of trouble, you know? So I was in the most trouble in my life at that time, but I had guys like him around, and he was always solid. Probably the most consistent cat that I knew. You know, he was a good bro. Like all the other stuff, and you know, like that really didn't matter to me. Like he's my brother, you know, he was my bro. Like, so it doesn't matter all the extra shit. Like, you know, yeah, he ripped. He was a good skater. He was a good surfer. But more than that, he was like my brother. Like he was a bro, someone that I can call up or that would be, this is pre-cell phone, pre-pager, pre-all that shit. We had to just show up. And that dude always showed up. You know, he showed up and he showed out. And, you know, I love him. I'll always love him. And I do extra now because of him. I want to be the mentor that he was to me, to the future generations. You know, even though they turned our indigenous homeland to a European man bun village and shit, but I'm still here, man, and it's because of Jay. Like he drove me to do better.
How was this transition from being like the booker from back in the days to become this firefighter? Did you struggle before that? Like, how was your life? Like, you want to talk about that struggle? Because I know, but I don't want to know.
Yeah, no. I mean, so
did you get on the bottle? How was that? Like, did you get
Nah. So I grew up, you know, in the crack era, right? So it was like crack cocaine, and it was readily available, and not, you know, it was available to use, you know, and then it was available to monetize. And so that's where I fell in line. So when I was a young kid, we, you know, me and another buddy, we got our allowance pretty much. And then we took that and we bought some dope. We doubled that shit up, and then it was kind of off to the races. And then once we got up a little bit bigger, you know, we just started graduating it, you know, because you can make 50 into 100 and then 100 into more and more and more. And then because I was able to be a diplomat, I was always a diplomat. That's why I surfed and I did other shit, but I always bridged the gap. I was diverse. So that worked out in alignment with what I was doing. And so I started selling dope at a young age. And then, you know, robbing the robbers, rob the wrong or the right individual, however you want to look at it. But, you know, taken from a dope dealer, you don't expect any consequences except the consequences that I'm willing to live with on the street. Can handle it like that. But don't send the SWAT team to my house and shit, you know? And that's what happened at 17, you know? And full disclosure, that individual provided me an opportunity to learn something at a young age, you know, at 16. And yeah, you know, I went to jail for armed robbery and 2 counts of assault with a firearm. So after some hard lessons learned, I earned myself some time incarcerated. Within that duration of being incarcerated, I went to a a school, the California Youth Authority, El Paso de Robles School for Boys, and that's where I learned to fight fire at 17. Realized I liked it. I got out at 21, and then I got a job with the government. I haven't turned back. Often people ask what I do, and the simplest answer is that I work in risk management. When I'm out managing risk, I can do it at a couple of different capacities. One is aerial supervision, and sounds all wordy, but it's just basically coordinating firefighting aircraft and bridging the gap with the people that are on the ground during a fire that need help, like with a helicopter or a tanker or something like that. And so I fly around with a pilot and bridge that gap. You know, I work with him to manage the airspace and paint pictures to the folks on the ground so that they're more effective in managing the incident. I think I grew up in the best place to prepare me for that.
I see you always trying to help the kids, you know, like, oh, I come here, become a firefighter.
Yeah.
Do you want to inspire people? That's your purpose?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, so my son is a fireman, my nephew's a fireman, and I've built a bunch of other folks in the fire service, and I continue to do that. And I think it's important. I think it's important because, you know, not to water it down, man, but I don't look like the average firefighter or risk manager. You know, I don't look that. I mean, we'll just be like transparent, right? I mean, usually it's somebody who's like clean cut, you know, maybe a little different, but I want these kids to be able to look at me and go, oh, that's my purpose, is to be a reflection of what I wish for in myself and definitely inspire kids. Diversity is big. It's a huge thing. Half of the people that find out what I do don't even, they're like, wow. I mean, I wear it on my sleeve just like I wear Venice on my sleeve, you know? Somebody asked me, yeah, from Venice. Somebody asked me, yeah, I fight fire. Like, yeah. Yeah.
And then I see that you started to take videos with the drone, you know?
The drone stuff, they're in the airspace a lot now. We're in a culture where people just pop them up. So that's where my attraction with that comes, you know?
And you use for your surfing too, to film the
Yep. So so there's a hard line. What I do as a hobbyist, like when I'm flying the drone, I do that as a hobbyist. And then in the fire environment or emergency environment, I rely on the subject matter experts, the ones that fly drones during that, and I just coordinate with them to get them what they need. Sometimes they need mapping and stuff like that, so I'll you know, set time parameters where they can get that, or, you know, move a helicopter to this side so that they could, you know, fly around and do their thing. There's so many things that drones do now, but I just want to be, you know, I mean, yeah, I like taking pictures of the bros and, you know, being out here because it's within my mission area. It's within the parameters of a hobbyist, you know. And I'll take videos of my wife running and stuff like that. But yeah, I like it because it's, you know, it's intriguing, it's challenging, you know, and then you can get some bitchin' shots, and then you can be an asset to a program like you guys, you know, where you can, these things are just living on my computer. If I can give them to somebody that goes, man, these are rad, and I can use them to accelerate my program, then boom, here you go. That's what they're for, right? Yeah, because there's not that many of us, you know? We get like 3 or 4 of us out here at the breakwater, and then we're hooting people into waves, and then we can spank the man bun village, you know? We can spank the people that just come here to, you know, come and enjoy the land, but like respect the people, respect the indigenous folks, like don't take off on them. And so those are the guys that will be like, go,